Hey, so Jared Polin here from jaredpolin.com. Got a question, email, comments asking about the D3S and the video, and also if that's the best camera to go for, and things along those lines, and the difference between not the difference between the D3X, but the fact that the D3X has more megapixels versus what the D3 has, the pixel race type thing, and I'm going to declare the pixel race dead. I don't think that the pixels, how many megapixels there are, really means as much as it used to. Well, it really doesn't mean as much as it used to. What's more important now is the low light capability of the sensor. The better the low light capability, the better the image is going to be. So the megapixel, I was making 20 by 30s or 30 by 45s from the D2H, and that was a 4 megapixel camera. The D2XS, I've made things from up to 40 by 60, and they're beautiful from the raw files. So that just begs the question, what is important? Why can images from a 4 megapixel camera be blown up so large? And the answer to that really is quality glass. If you're going to use quality glass, you're capable of shooting at much better places than where people with not so good glass can shoot at. It's not just the pictures that you're going to get. You're going to get better quality, better sharpness, better color. And when you bump your ISO, what happens? If somebody's shooting with an 18 to 200 that is 6.3 out at 200, they have to bump their ISO from 3200 to, say, more than 6400 to even be capable of using it, and the only thing that's out there that can handle that is the D3S. So if you shoot at 2.8, or if you have a 50-1.4 or an 85-1.4, or on the Canon side you've got those 85-1.2s, which are pretty awesome, not only, everything works hand in hand. Your better lenses work hand in hand with the quality of the camera. So, I can go to 10,000 ISO or more with the D3S because I'm shooting a better piece of glass, shooting it at 2.8, which is giving me a faster shutter speed at a higher ISO, which is allowing me to freeze the action. Because if I'm using a 300 2.8, rule of thumb is you don't shoot with a shutter speed below 300th of a second. The focus range of your lens. Focus range? No. Focal length of your lens. So, being able to bump your ISO is one thing, but being able to still get that fast shutter speed without having to raise your ISO up higher and higher is more important, because you're better off still with a lower ISO, even though this D3S, I try to not go above 5,000, but then you go to 10,000, you're like, oh, well, it looks great. But still, I try to keep it as low as possible, but when I need to, I bump it higher and then drop my aperture a little lower. But even in this day and age, the 2.8 lenses are going to be sharper at something higher than 2.8. So what can you do? If something would have been shot at 3200, I can go to 5000 or 6400 now, and instead of shooting at 2.8 where I had to, I could shoot at 3.5 or 4 and get a better image that way. The background's still going to be blown out, but it's giving me a little bit of depth, especially when I'm shooting concerts and everybody's always moving. So, the pixel race is dead. It's about quality of the pixel. The amount of light that it gathers is more important than anything else. And then put on top of that the great lenses that are out there. You use good glass. You will, yes, it's more expensive, but if you buy it, you should have it for a good 8 years, a good piece of glass. That's really it. So, any questions, let me know. Get out there and shoot. Test it out. See what happens with a crappy lens when you have to bump your ISO up higher and higher. The tones go down, the sharpness goes down, the clarity goes down. You're just losing quality. I know it's expensive, but if you're a professional, you shouldn't be going out with an 18 to 200 lens and shooting a wedding with one lens all day. I take 8 lenses to a wedding. That's me. I like to cycle through lenses. It is what it is. But if you're calling yourself a professional, you should have the best glass that you can have. If you're an amateur, awesome. Do whatever you want. Crop, do all the cropping you want in the world. That's up to you. Use whatever lenses you want because you're just shooting for yourself. But as soon as you step up a little bit into that pro realm, it's a whole new ball game. You really have to, step up in terms of equipment, and everything goes together. Your knowledge, your equipment, cameras, lenses, everything like that. So I hope this is okay to watch for 5 minutes and 24, 5, 6 seconds, and that's about it. Have a good one. See ya.